On the tee, the US Open champion, the world #1. He's the defending champion from Spain, Jon Rahm.
Well, listen to the noise. Car parks have been full for a while. There's not a single ticket to buy for the weekend. Rahmania has certainly hit Madrid here this week. 63 yesterday. Downhill, dogleg right par 4 to start.
Good crowds out there, Anthony.
Yeah, there is. Interesting listening to the chat. They're quite vocal, Jon Rahm and his caddy. It's a pretty bog standard gap wedge. A hair of a down slope, so really looking inside 10 feet. You might use the backstop, which is about 15 feet behind the pin. So straight away a great chance for a 3 for Jon Rahm. So firm and left half for a birdie 3.
Oh, he's left it short. There's a shock. He doesn't leave many putts short, Jon Rahm. He's normally very aggressive with the putter. So no massive cheer, but it is great to see so many spectators out there. No limit here as to how many can be in the grounds, which is refreshing.
At number 2.
Well, he certainly didn't hold anything back there, did he? That was Jon Rahm at 1000% power. And that's what he's always done on this golf course. He hits it so straight. He's not disappointed he's missed the fairway, but it's still miles up.
Yeah, he's taking it over. That's the right play, but this should be missing right a little. Beautiful, beautiful.
A little was exactly the right words, Anthony. Fantastic from Jon Rahm. This for birdie.
And I really couldn't see anything in this one. And Richard is right, the greens are definitely drying out, which I think actually will help the players. They won't have so many problems with spin. But a golden chance for a 3 once more.
Didn't take him long, did it? Birdie at the second for Jon Rahm, off and running already.
Now trying to use the backstop here, really, Rahm. There's no point in taking the bunker on.
It's a fabulous recovery. It really is. You've got to strike that so precisely. You've got to be a little bit steeper on it. You've got to be aggressive. I think that was really well done.
Quite a flat second tier to this green, so not a huge amount of break. But this would be the up and down of the month.
Just a little tentative.
John, good afternoon. Very busy round here. I want to talk about your previous 2 wins here in the Open de España. Can you tell us just how important and emotional it is to win your home Open?
I think each one's a little different, right? The first one I really wanted to. It was my first start. It was at a golf course I knew, and it was my way to round up my amateur and pro career, right? I was able to win in a couple different ages, the Spanish event that, my age required, and then to be able to do it as a pro as well, it's a nice way to round it up, right? The trophy is the same shape, different sizes, right? So it was very nice. And then the second time was my first ever defense of an event. So to do it in home soil in an event that's so dear to my heart, it was very important, right? Especially with how well I played last year on the weekend. So, 2 years ago, I would say. So each one's a little different.
Every time you come back to Spain here, do you realise the impact you've had of the sport in this country and also on the kids here? There's so many young kids here.
So it's hard to realise because I'm playing and obviously I'm focused on what I'm doing. So I'm not looking too much outside. I realize if I'm walking around Madrid, how often I get recognized now. And then, I see my mug everywhere. I see my face in buildings and buses and bus stops and train stations. It's unusual, right? I'm not used to seeing any of that. So I realized, how much I mean to the Spanish crowd, and that much they mean to me. That's why I keep coming every year and trying to make them proud.
When you do come back to Spain off the golf course, what is the very first food you have when you get into Spain?
So usually if I'm going home, some of the things my grandma makes, but last time I was here, when I flew here on Monday, the very first order, jamón. That's the very first thing you have to have, and then something I craved was the Spanish omelet, the eggs and potato omelet. So those are the two must-haves, unless Grandma's cooking. If Grandma's cooking, whatever she puts on the plate.
We'll have some food ready for you after the round, John. Thanks very much.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Saw the graphic there. He's only hit it inside 10 feet a couple of times, and this is a Keim flag position.
Aguanta. Coge la cuesta. Coge la cuesta.
Much better. Isn't it great to have the fans back at a European Tour event, as many as this year? We've had limited fans at a lot of other events, but Jon Rahm has brought them into the golf tournament this week, and you imagine what a weekend it's going to be as well. There might be twice as many.
You can't get a ticket, it's sold out.
Trying to go up and over these umbrella pines, I should say. I think it will cause him too much trouble. So much clubbing speed. This one's got snow on it.
Yeah, cracking recovery shot from Jon Rahm. Thousands of fans willing that in. He thought he'd made it, they thought he'd got it from behind, and it took a real nosedive at the hole. So just a par.
5 holes left to play now. Could have birdied this par 5, you'd think, wouldn't you, Rahm?
First job find the fairway, and the way he's hit that, if that's in the fairway. Oh my goodness me.
Thank you.
Just in the shadows, you can just go straight at this. Front left pin, time to attack.
Gotta go. I hit it good.
Mishit it. But not too badly. Right at it.
But we're expecting one to drop sooner or later, really. It's for back-to-back even. 2 days running.
He's back. That was what Jon Rahm needed. Eagle at 14, and all of a sudden, just the one shot behind Bestling.
Right-hand bunker at 340, but this is left going left.
Cada tee, en cada tee. Ay, madre mía.
Back in the stance, driving it down low. He walked up, he saw the landing spot, he hit the spot, and that is sensational.
Birdie finish for Jon Rahm, and just one man stands between him and the top of the leaderboard.
John, I'd like to start with how you finished. That second shot at the last, and he took the roof off the 18th green. Tell us about it.
So planned, basically. I told Adam when we're standing on the tee, knowing where the pin was, I'm like, I want nothing to do with the right side. I aimed over, just right of the scoreboard, there's 2 white signs. I was aiming right over that. If I hit it good, I'll get close to the green and have an easy chip. If I miss it left, I know we're taking line of sight and I'm gonna have 50 yards from a perfect angle, right? So I just aimed there. I made a really bad swing. I was trying to hit it so hard, but again, just took the relief. I believe was about 55 meters to the pin, and kind of learned from my final shot 2 years ago on that hole. I know it releases a little bit more than you think, and yeah, just back in the stand shot, hoping it'll be the right distance. Obviously, hitting it to 3 feet it's a bonus. I would have taken anything inside 15, 10 feet. Obviously, would have been really good, right? So I was looking for a chance for birdie, but hitting it to almost tap in was a real bonus.
How difficult was the course this afternoon compared to yesterday morning?
So the biggest difference is the greens, right? When you get some traffic, they're not firm enough yet to where they're going to be as good in the afternoon. So yesterday morning, greens were perfect. Therefore, we were all making a few more putts. Today in the afternoon, it gets a little bumpy. It just happens. And on that front nine, I feel like I hit a couple of really good putts, and maybe they didn't roll as true, or simply I just misread them. But everything's getting a little bit firmer, right? And when in a golf course like this, things get firmer. You need to be that much more precise. And the difference between being in the fairway and not being in the fairway can be quite big, controlling the ball into the green, right? So I think that's why you didn't see any 10-unders today, just the firmness of the course. Balls running through fairways, greens releasing a little bit more. Yesterday, you could hit a 5-iron to the green and stop it in a foot, and today, even 8-irons are releasing a little bit. So I think as it gets firmer, it's going to be a more demanding golf course, obviously, a more challenging one, probably a much more fun golf course to play.
There seemed to be a few frustrations for you coming home. How do you deal with that, especially with all the fans here wanting you to win?
What's hard? What did you say?
There seemed to be a few frustrations coming home. How do you deal with that, especially with all the fans here obviously wanting you to win?
So the frustration is, it is wonderful how many fans we have out here, and it's great that they're so passionate about it. I just wish they'll remember to put the phone on silence. That's it. I mean, for 2 days, every single shot, there's about 4 or 5 cameras going off, and it gets to a point where you can't stop every single time and tell them, because we will lose too much time, and we're already a couple holes behind because we're one of the groups with a big crowd. So that's the only thing. I mean, they're all so golf hungry, and it's great. I love playing in front of them. It's just sometimes if I have a par putt and this camera's going off, I wouldn't like to lose focus because of something like that. But for the most part, they're great, obviously. It is great that you can tell a lot of people here are not golfers. And I don't know how often that happens in the world of golf, that people venture out to come and watch, right? So it's quite fun.
Great 2 days ago, John. Good luck on the weekend.
Thank you.
To watch another European Tour video, click here. And to subscribe, click here.